Good morning, Priya, and welcome to my final, I think, oh, oh, my final podcast, which is so sad. I did realize afterwards that I did almost all of my podcasts in this shirt, which I think is very funny. But today we're talking about technology and cybernetics in theater. Now, this is a subject that I do not have a lot of knowledge in. But I wanted to discuss it because it's such a big, looming, almost Armageddon like conversation when it comes to theater. The amount of conversations I have with classmates and professors that theater is a quickly dying art because it is quickly being snuffed out by this new fad of technology and how it is sort of, we can see, starting to become less and less popular in our culture now compared to when the many hundreds of years that it's been prominent. We can see now that it is starting to fade in our culture, and in the last 100 years, new elements of media have really taken new strides. Instead of writing, we have podcasts. Instead of theater, we have live performances and movies. And instead of poetry and poems, we have short TikToks and Vines and other short creative processes where people can show their creative ideas in a shorter platform. So technology has really changed the way that we've been delivering our creative ideas and creative processes. And that's no different with theater. And I think that instead of us being scared of that change, us being scared of adding technology into theater more often, we should really embrace it. Because if we don't, we will be left behind in the dust, I think. I think that we can't really, really, really want theater to survive and be actors that bleed about the importance of adaptation and going with the flow if we can't make the decision to start incorporating more and more of these complex, yes, theories and ideas and technological pieces. But if we don't start incorporating these things, I think that we will sort of be forgotten. The main thing that, my first entrance into theater was opera. And my opera coach, just told me from a very, very young age, we are traditional. We study a art form that is hundreds of years old, that is supposed to encompass the beauty and power and precision of the period of time that opera was created. And he had such passion for the project and for the idea, but no one else did. He wasn't performing for anyone. No one wanted to hear him sing opera because no one has really wanted to hear opera on a wide spectrum. Obviously, I am an opera singer, so obviously I want to hear opera, but on a broader scene, people don't really want to see opera anymore because we've sort of evolved past that. So instead of opera being forgotten, we need to learn, creative writers, directors, producers, actors, we need to learn how can we use technology to make opera have a comeback, to make it interesting to the period now and to make it interesting to the people now. So what I've done is I've come up with a list of potential things that I think could be technological ideas that we could apply to theater that would not hinder or limit or take away from the original messages of the creative process and the personalized human process, but could still apply these technological things to get in more people, buy more tickets, sell more tickets, just to have something that is marketed to more of our society now. So the first idea I had is holographic performances. So we know that holographic projecting is a very, very big thing and is very much going to be the future. And I think about how one of the main ways that we've created sets over our many centuries is through simplistic boards, whether that be wood or plastic, that would be nailed or taped to a larger banister of wood, the background, and you could easily switch these large sets out. And it's a simplistic way to be able to show a painted background and show that, oh, we're changing backgrounds, we're changing scenes. And, often it would be the stagehands that would go on stage, make that change quickly, and then go back off. What if we didn't have to do that? What if instead we could use simple holographic projections on the backs and surrounding areas of the stage that no one had to go on stage to change on and off? With a simple click of a button, you could change the background, and maybe the actor wouldn't even have to go off stage to be able to make to physically see the visualization of the scene change. What if you could actually show the scene change on stage, like as if the actor's walking across stage, and the projector is changing its image and showing that he's actually walking on stage? I think that could be a really interesting way to visually pull in people using technology. Another aspect I had was interactive elements. Technology is such a cool idea because it can really bring the audience into it like never before. I think about, what if theater had like those, when you go to the movie theaters and you get sat in those chairs that are like, and they're throwing you around with vibrations and things, and there's certain sounds that can come out of the armrests or the back of the headrest. And sometimes even there's little like water spurts on the side that will spray a little bit of water in you if in the movie they're at a period where they're in like a lake or something. I think about, if we added that in, how much fun would that be for kids and for children specifically? If they're not super interested in the plot of the show, which is understanding, not all theater pieces are made for children, they would have so much fun with just the interactiveness of that performance and the really being brought into the performance. I think that they would have a great time with that interactive elements, and even going further, we all have smart devices and other devices that we can use to create a more engaged and personalized experience, not unlike the master plan. The master plan used our own smartphones and things for us to vote on story outcomes and vote on character interactions, and they used our information in their production. I think that that's an idea that could definitely be used in the future. Another idea I had was using 3D printing. Unfortunately, in theater, we are very wasteful many, many times. On a whole, we try to recycle a lot, but theater as a practice, we go through so many set designs and costume pieces and props and all these things that, even at Brock alone, how many stages do we just have to rip down after 3 shows? Like hundreds of hours of work. Well, what if that could all be fixed? And what if it didn't have to be thrown out afterwards? Well, a main way that we could use that and use technology to make that process a little easier is by using 3D printing. We now have access to massive 3D printing generators that can print complex ideas and print complex set pieces like benches, chairs, tables in merely a few hours using fully recycled plastic materials that can be easily melted down and reused afterwards for the same machine. We would not have to waste any wood, any metals, and everything would be eco-friendly, which would be like the first time ever in theater that we wouldn't be wasting materials. And I think that it could be a really, really efficient and safe way to apply the 3D printing methods to set design. allowing intricate and customized set pieces to be created with absolute precision. It could lead to visually stunning stage designs that humans just couldn't execute. Another idea I had was digital costumes and wearable tech. Incorporating wearable technology into costumes could add another layer of visual and interactive elements. Like LED fabric or smart textiles or sensors embedded into the costumes could respond to movements or interact with other on-stage elements. So when you're having big shows like Mary Poppins, where she needs to be doing magic, instead of having like fishing lines and things off stage that need to and people that need to pull those props off stage, you could have it all automated, where it's just a sensor on Mary Poppins' wrist, where when she walks to front stage left, the sensor will go off, making the dishes move because they're all automated. So you wouldn't have to have people off stage who are pulling things at the designated times in the script. It would all be sensors. All of the magic would be just simply technology. And so you could worry more about the production itself rather than all of the complex ways that we have to make these very difficult things to put in a theater performance look real. Other performances that we have that is like Wicked, Aladdin, many of the Disney ones, but yeah, just where complex like lighting and sound and big pieces of props moving or fire igniting or the stage itself going up and down. These are complex ideas that people off stage have to constantly be at the ready for. Tech and our stagehands and our stage manager. So what if they didn't have to be as worried with that? What if they could have that all automated as just sensors on the actor? So when the actor is walking around, the stage itself knows what to do. And our stagehands, stage manager, and tech crew can simply be worried about having to deal with any hiccups that will take place during the show. Because like you and I know, Priya, there is always hiccups during the show. But anyways, I had more examples like drone technology and live streaming and blockchain for ticketing and immersive soundscapes. But I can see I'm very much over time. So I just wanted to say thank you very much for this experience, Priya. It has been truly so much fun to be able to do the research myself and get to discuss things that I wanted to discuss. I really enjoyed this project. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a great year. Bye.